mention some points about enjoyment of the play and how this scene contributed to the whole literary play or piece. Son, do you come provoked against your father for the death warrant of your would-be bride? Or still my loving son, whatever I may do?
Father, I am your loving son. No marriage I could make would ever match the good of your abiding counsel.
Well spoken, son. A son's first study is unremitting deference to his father's will. And so, my son, you must not lose your balance for woman's sake. You must not hug a joy that's cheap and that cools. She's your evil genius. Throw her out and let her go and find a mate in Hades. I will not be made to break my word to Thebes. She dies. How can I, if I nurse sedition in my house, not foster it outside? And if a man can keep his home in hand, he proves his competence to keep the state. But one who breaks the laws and flouts authority, I never will allow. For whom the state appoints to govern, he must be listened to even little things. A perfect king who even in the thick of flying spears will not desert from his post, but staunchly stands at his comrade's side. Oh, anarchy! There is no greater curse than anarchy. It tumbles cities down, it crumbles homes, it shatters alley ranks in broken flight, which discipline kept whole. For discipline preserves and orders well.
Father, reason is God's greatest gift to man. I would not dream of criticizing yours. But other men can reason rightly too. As your son, you see, I find myself marking every word, act, and comment of the crowd to gauge the temper of the simple citizen who dares not to risk to speak their mind in fear to scold your anger. From the shadows I hear them. Here I hold city sympathy towards that girl, because no woman has ever died a death so cruel and so unreasonable for such a generous act. She would not let her brother lie on the battlefield for carrion birds and dogs to maul. Should not her name be written in gold, they say, and so the whisper grows. You know, my father, how I prize her happiness. For sons and fathers crown each other's glory, which each other's fame. Then don't entrench yourself in your opinion as if everyone else are wrong. The kind of man who always thinks that he's right, that his opinions, his pronouncements are the final word. When once exposed, just nothing there, but a wise man has much to learn without a loss of dignity. So let your anger cool and change your mind. I may be young, but not without some sense. Let men be wise by instinct if they can. But when this fails, let them be wise by good advice.
You mean that men of my years have to learn to think by taking note from the men of yours?
It's nothing that's not just. It's my merit, not my years that count.
Your merit is to foment lawlessness.
You know I do not plead for criminals.
So, this lady here is not a criminal?
The whole thief says no.
And I must let the crowd dictate my policy?
See now who's speaking like a boy.
Do I rule the state or someone else?
A one-man state is no state at all.
The state is his who rules it. Is that plain?
The state that you should rule would be a desert.
This boy is obviously with the league with the girl.
I'm in league with you. Are you a woman?
You reprobate and open loggerheads with your father.
On the contrary, you are the loggerheads with open justice.
Oh, my sin, of course. The discharge of my rights?
What's right when you champion the rights of God?
Insolent pop! Woman's lucky!
Lucky is nothing which I am ashamed of.
Not ashamed to speak up for that troll?
I speak for you, and for me, and for the gods below.
You shall not marry her alive.
Well then, dead one, death beckoning to another.
You threaten me?
One cannot threaten empty air.
You shall regret dispensing wisdom which you ill could spare.
If you were not my father, I'd say you were perverse.
You lady hell, don't come toting to me.
All right then, make remarks and never listen to an answer.
You, You would tell me that? By heaven, wait, you shall not rend and jeer at me without your chastisement. Off with the wretched girl. I say she dies in front of him before her bridegroom's eyes.
She shall not die. Don't think it by my side. And you shall never see my face again. Infernal. All right then. I commit you raving to your chosen friends. So we're going to discuss a little bit how we interpreted the scene and how the things we added kind of contribute to the enjoyment and understanding of the scene. So first I wanted to point out a few things that we kind of thought about when we were acting. So for us it was very important to make Crayon very royal because it really adds to understanding how much power Crayon has. Like he's the leader of that country and he has the right to kill people. Also, we kind of emphasized on making it very dramatic and emotional to help you see that they were powerful. And so, like one of the things we used were the long dialogues that we used more to kind of show the characteristic, and then there are really short dialogues which show that both are very secure what they're saying. And yeah. Originally, in the room, there's a leader, like there are other people in the room, and since we didn't have any other actors, we couldn't really have that, but it is important to keep that in mind, because it shows that both Crayon and Haman are two quite powerful men, like they are they can fight, like it's a difference to Antigone and Ismene, who had to like whisper about their conflict, but these two people can actually like shout in front of others, because no one would ever contradict them. So, yeah, we're going to talk more about the enjoyment and understanding of the play and kind of make two categories. And since you don't have anything to take notes on, I don't know if it helps you if you write it on there. So I guess we're just going to talk. So.
Wait. Is there anybody else acting from here? Because I was wondering whether we could actually use the classroom.
Okay, then, yeah.
Yeah, because you can complete your presentation since you want to write on the board.
Yeah.
You can do it in the classroom.
And we have at least like 5 minutes to change.
Yes.
Could we take a picture with Ismail and Antigone?
Yes, please, yeah,
Do
definitely.
it with the camera. Maybe we actually do that.
Go, isn't it Antigone? What is his name?